Hi there. Welcome back. We are just finishing off a little mission here that I had no other choice but to do. Things are dire, people, and not in a good way. Um, in my efforts to try and see, it's got a great turning radius. Oh, sure. That didn't do anything, did it? Okay, let's get the drone out. There we go. Yes, as I was saying, in my great effort to try and, you know, make it on my own, so to speak, I failed. Well, I haven't really failed yet, but I'm close to. And fail in meaning to make it until, you know, funds wise, basically. I am out of money. This is this is not fun. Well, it's an opportunity to get back to do what I did to get started and what I've been doing ever since, basically, and that is just helping a bunch of other farmers with their farm. Um, this guy, he promised me a little bit better payout if I did a bit more jobs for him, or more of the tasks for him. So not only do I do the collecting of the bales here, but I was also, like you saw, making the straw with that machine. And I gotta say, it is the machine is not that fun to use. I mean, part of it is fun because you get such a great turning radius, but then on the other hand, it also has a very terrible collection space or collection width. It only collects in a very narrow path underneath it, and I don't know if you recall, but this field here, it's large, and using the equipment that the farmer has available, which he has upgraded a little bit, by the way, you get very big and wide swath of grass, or in this case, hay. And that little Vermeer, I think it's a Vermeer, it can't just handle the width, so you have to make two passes just to be on the safe side over a section. Because if you go down the middle, you leave two paths on either side with more hay of the swath, or grass, or straw, whatever it is. So you need something, you need to do it like one side first, then the other. Some parts I could do with one pass, but not a lot. Like the outer edges that, you're starting off with, um, or how this farmer is doing it is that he's doing the headland first, and then he makes his way to the then the middle part, but starting off with a headland, and then so, and also the windrower he got, it's pushing everything to one side. You can't change that. It's deliberately designed. It's a Pottinger something that is designed to push everything to the right side, which means that when you go across the field, trying to maximize the width and the workload and all that, you are pushing several rows of cut grass or hay together, which makes the swath bigger and thus making it wider. So it's a. I guess I could use it on my farm because my grass field isn't that big, and the grass that the swath isn't that wide either, or things like that. So I could make use of it on my farm. But I just and another benefit of it is, of course, you know, to speak of the positives of this little machine is that it is, like I said, it's got a great turning radius, and it's small. I mean, you don't have a tractor and then pulling a baler behind it, because the baler is basically underneath you or just behind you, where you sit. So in tight spaces, that one works great. Like I have a tight space where my grass field is. It's kind of surrounded by um, those vineyards and such. So for me, that one would be great. You know, I would definitely be able to um, make it work, so to speak. Uh, but the system I have now, the equipment I have, yes, I'm leasing it, and it's actually just one other piece of equipment that I'm leasing compared to now. And yeah, I don't see any reason to get the Vermeer on this. Are we done? No, we're not. Well, it could be because there's only like 33 bales. And how many do I have? I have 21. Yeah. Let's get 3 more just so we get a full load. So, yeah, I mean, I can understand the other helpers that says they don't really like driving that one on this large of a field. But, you know, I did it, and it's okay. If the swaths aren't too big. There we go. Push that up. Turn on the beacon. And now we're going to make our way where we're going to sell this stuff. Which is in this direction, I believe. We're going to the animal husbandry place. But just keep going straight along this road. It's been months since I've been there, but I do like to recall that I remember where it is. So yes, I've been showing you that I have lots of straw and some hay and grass and silage on my farm. I have crops, I have a little bit of sorghum, which I'm using to feed my chicks. I got canola and I got oats that I harvested from my fields. I have some wool, I have some egg, I have some sheep's milk. I have all these things that I can sell just to tide me over. However, the premier time to sell it isn't until the end of the year. So, yeah, I don't want to do that now. Not yet. So I checked the messages, and well, the farmer needed help with this stuff again, so I figure why not. Then I sell my stuff at a premium when I can do it instead at the end of the year. Okay, this is my T7 that I'm leasing. Slightly more powerful than my T6. I still feel like struggling a bit to get up here. But it's okay. We get there eventually. Just dumping it in front of that place over there and they will handle it. Go. Doing well. There we go. That's all of them. So, yeah. Now, going to collect the last stuff, and then drop them off over here, and then I'm gonna head home. But before I do that, I will just chat with the guys in there for a bit. So office doors over there. So yeah, I'll be right back. Okay. Let's go back and pick up the last bales. I guess the farmer didn't need all that bales because, you know, contract is completed. Which is what I was talking with him about. Like, really? That's all the bales he sold? And they said, yeah. So actually delivered a little bit too many to begin with, so got a little bit of money myself. So that means now I have enough money to tie me over. I hope. Yeah, I should. It's October next month. I'm gonna sell a little bit of stuff of my produce and such, and then the big sales comes, of course, in December and January. Silage is always a big thing in January. So I'm going to be selling my stuff then, and then we'll see how much money I have. Still contemplating purchasing that field that we talked about. It's going to be worth the investment, I think. But I also still think that I may have to do more work for the farmers as well, because I got more animals to feed now. My farm is bigger, you know, with the extra sheep. I think I have like 44 sheep, something, maybe 48, and it's keep on, you know, they keep on having fun. So I get more and more every year. I'm not worried about feeding them. I got plenty of grass on the field that I'm cutting. I'm currently turning it into silage because I have so much grass feed for them that I don't need to worry about it. And the chicken feed isn't too expensive. Um, I wish that, I think I'm done on this field, but let's just take another pass. See, sometimes a bale rolls in to some bushes or something. That happened before. Um, when I did a job here, one of the bales just sort of got lost in those bushes up ahead there, and nobody told me until a couple of months later. It's like, hey, there's a bale here. Is that yours? It's like, yeah, 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 it is. It's mine. Thank you. Um, yeah, so I got some sorghum from working a couple of fields for another farmer. So we got a little bit extra there, which is good. But I had already purchased some chicken feed, so the sorghum is a backup. But I believe that it is enough. Okay, let's go back home. I believe I do have enough feed for my chicken for maybe 4 or 5 months or so. Even though I have like 360 chickens, um, it's not too worrisome because again, chicken feed is cheap. I can always afford that. It's the thing that is killing me in cost is the leasing cost. So I may be looking into um, either trimming down the list of leasing equipment that I have, or I will be looking into trimming down the list of leasing equipment that I have, either by returning them and just take the hit when I lease them, the initial cost of leasing a piece of equipment, or just buy them outright. That way the monthly overhead is lower. I don't know which is the better option. Um, I mean, some stuff I've been leasing for a couple of years now, so buying them out shouldn't cost way too much. Like maybe I can buy the T6 straight away, and maybe some of the other equipment that I have. I don't want to, even though yes, I may use only the seeder, the cultivator, and the roller once a year. Um, it's still good to have because depending on when you do the planting, you have different needs. I mean, I can plant like wheat in August, but I can also plant sorghum in April, um, or some other stuff. So it's a good thing to have. I like this view. See my farm from a distance. Just coming into view here. My fields are done. Sorry, my fields are done. Um, yeah, I got a lot of equipment here that I need to sort out. I need to sort out space for them. But right now, it's been a long day. And I will just park my tractor here. I do have a silage bales. I have 27 of them. I have my grass here. This is hay and my 70 plus of these straw bales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? 20 times. Okay. That's 81 bales there. This hay, grass for my sheep, and silage. And this is extra silage. Got to turn off the beaker. There we go. Yeah, like that. So yeah, I think I will call it a day. Pick on the chicks. Yeah, still got plenty of feed there. Nothing to worry about. They're good at producing eggs. Can put those away. And then next month I will cut the grass again, because it's that time. Where I have to do that. I can get one more cut in this year, and next month is the ideal time to do it. Because wow, let's get the drone out. It's hard to tell all this equipment in the front where the forks are. There we go. What was I talking about? I absolutely don't remember. Here we go. Safe and sound. But yeah, some of this equipment I've had for a long time. So I will look over my finances, my income for the year, and then see about I'll leave the forks on there, I think. And then see about what I need to do to lower my overhead. And I have some big pieces of equipment here. Like this stuff is used regularly. This one is not used that much. It's still being used. Same as the spreader here, or this one for what do you do? What do you call it? Pesticide. My baler is always being used. Not too often, but it still finds a use. All of this equipment as well finds a use. It's cheap equipment. There's no real use in getting rid of this. These are the big expansions that I got just recently for this year's seeding. It's make the work so much faster with both of them. However, I could return this because this one does the pre-cultivation before it seeds. So this one is a bit redundant. I did say that I was going to keep it in case I plant something that having a like corn or some other stuff where the machine itself doesn't pre-cultivate. And then my roller, definitely need that one. It's a good one. Yeah, basically I need all the equipment that I have, so I don't want to get rid of anything. I just want to change ownership on stuff. I think that's what I want to do. So I need to upgrade this one as well, but it's no rush. It can get the work done here quite easily enough. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Silo got what the silo have, and farm is coming together quite nicely. So yeah, plan for the future. Look over my finances, see which item I can purchase with my profit of this year. Buy that field over there, turn that into something profitable, and see how much more work I need to do for other farmers. There are periods when there's like nothing to do, and that is like basically starting in November. You have very little to do for other farmers, so you need money. But then again, you start selling stuff if you have it, which now I am beginning to have. And then there is like no work until May, maybe. So you need those 5 months. You need to be able to sustain yourself as much as you can, and that's what I can do. This one, I find a use for it, but it's not overly useful. But again, I will check my finances, see if I can return it or just keep it. I just got it because it saves time by putting it in front of the tractor and then the baler in back. It does create rows quite neatly, but it also extends the length of the equipment's being used and the vehicle. So, and it is kind of a narrow path over there. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm done rambling. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, do take care. Bye bye.